My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me.
Now, chances are you've already seen that clip of him asking Donald Trump and Lil Wayne for help. I don't think help will be coming, but see, we have something else for you tonight, and that is that we actually covered this man's mother's parole hearing from 2023. She was locked up for second-degree murder, and guess who makes an appearance at that parole hearing to speak on her behalf? The one and only. Now with that, let's jump in.
My name is Chiquita Massey. My DOC number is 614444.
First, before I get started, I want you to know we have lots of folks who joined us today. Sydney Houston is joining us by Zoom. Here in the room with us this morning, let me just read off the list. We have Robert Thomas, Jennifer Coleman, Deborah Nicholson, Destani Massey, Desiree Morgan, Sierra Stewart, Antoinette Taylor, Antoine Massey,
My name is Antoine Massey.
William Russell, Rachel Connor, Grace Bronson, and Anna Lewis. So we have a room full of folks here that support that. So let me just read the information and then we'll get started with the interview. So you're Chiquita Massey, DOC number 614444. You're here seeking commutation of your sentence. You were sentenced in Orleans Parish, July 2013 to 20 years for a manslaughter. Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Robidoux.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. Massey, can you slide chair forward just a little? Can you slide chair forward just? Right. Madam Chairman, fellow board members. Before us this morning, we have Chiquita Massey, DOC number 614444. Ms. Massey, I have a presentation this morning. If any of the information is incorrect, please correct it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chiquita here this morning seeking a recommendation for an update to a parole eligibility date and or a commutation of sentence for a 2013 manslaughter conviction. Chiquita pled guilty on July 30th, 2013 to the amended charge of manslaughter. The original charge at the time of her arrest on April 28, 2010 was second-degree murder. She was sentenced 20 years at hard labor at DOC and received all jail credits for time served from the date of arrest. Ms. Massey has been incarcerated for 12 years and approximately 9 months as of today. She is currently 50 years old. At the time of the offense, she was 38. Ms. Massey, it is my understanding that you were selling drugs on the streets of New Orleans when a man came up and robbed you of the proceeds from your drug dealing. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
It's also my understanding that you solicited 2 of your cousins and a friend of theirs, a guy by the name of, and they called this guy 50 to get your money back from Carlos Jackson. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell us exactly what happened on April 27, 2010.
I was outside selling drugs and Carlos Jackson walked up to me, robbed me, and I asked him to spare my life, and he said he just wanted the money. And he ran off. I left the scene, went home. On my way home, I was calling everybody, letting everybody know I got robbed. When I got to the house, my cousins pulled up and told me, get in the car with them, come with them. We was going back to the scene. We went back down.
One second. Did you solicit your cousins or cousins offer to help you?
It's breaking up, sir.
I said, did you solicit help from your cousins or did your cousins offer to assist you in your situation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, continue.
So when I got back in the car, I got in the car with them. We went back to the scene of the crime, and someone went and called Carlos out of the house that he was in, and we got out of the vehicle, and when we got out of the vehicle, they walked down there, and shots was fired, and they told me start the car. We started the car, and we pulled up. I pulled up.
Ms. Massey, do you regret making that decision that day?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Your co-defendants were Bryson McDonald, Blaine McDonald, and Alvin Jackson. All of your co-defendants also pled guilty, and the McDonald, and I suppose the two McDonald gentlemen, Blaine and Bryson, were your cousins. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
They got 15 years, and Alvin Jackson, and this is the guy they call 50. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Got 20 years.
Yes, sir.
As of my report, it was done in 2020. Are all three of your co-defendants still incarcerated?
No, sir. One of them is home. The other one is still in. The other two are still incarcerated.
And which one has been grown?
I think it's Brian McDonald.
Okay. So basically, the gentleman that got 20 years since Alvin Jackson is still incarcerated.
Yes, sir. To my knowledge, yes, he is.
This offense is only conviction on Ms. Massey's criminal record. She has 2 other arrests, but all the charges for those arrests have been either dismissed or refuted. Opposition in this case comes from the New Orleans City Police Department. This opposition is a blanket opposition because they are opposed to all clemency and parole cases in their jurisdiction. There is no other opposition from the legal community in Orleans. Ms. Massey has never been on parole supervision or probation. So there's virtually no opposition to the request for clemency by Ms. Massey. Ms. Massey has a low risk assessment. She has a low assessment. She has a good institutional record, and she is housed in minimum custody at a work release program, Washington Parish. Tell us exactly what your current job assignment is and where are you employed?
I wash dishes for debits, and I also have been blessed with a second job. I work at Co as a front desk clerk.
A very trusted. I see.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Massey has earned 450 days of time. Program she completed. Celebrate recovery inside, 100 hours pre-release, reentry, parenting, anger management, helping women recover, living in balance, parts 1 and 2, strengthening families, understanding and reducing anger feelings, getting it right. Tell us about getting it right. What is that all about?
You're breaking up, sir. I broke up on the ending.
You completed a program, getting it right. Tell us what that is, what kind of program that is.
The programs that they offer to you is basically helping you with any situation that you're dealing with.
It's Massey. Evidently, we have a bad connection. Tell us about the program, getting it right.
He said, I can't hear him, it's breaking up. He's breaking up.
Can you turn the volume up?
She says she can't come, she's by herself.
Okay, that's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about getting it right. The program, getting it right.
It basically what it does is it asks you questions about what you're dealing with, and getting yourself together, getting yourself better organized.
What did you get out of the program?
Sir,
What did you get out of the program?
more skills, more knowledge, more wisdom to help me make better choices, to help me express.
Okay, you also attended a prison fellowship academy. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Any other programs that you would like to mention that you got some significant information from?
Also anger management, coping and dealing with anger skills. That's a phenomenal program. Celebrate Recovery. Also, I became a mentor. I became a teacher with that. That's a phenomenal program because it does an inventory on yourself, and it helps anyone from a kid to adult in any situation express themselves and learn how to cope with skills, also on a spiritual level.
Ms. Massey, besides the significant programs that Ms. Massey has completed, she worked in the library at Louisiana Transition Center for Women with Ms. April Bow. She taught Celebrate Recovery 3 times a week. She graduated over 75 students every 6 months. She did so well that she elevated herself to the Orange Shirt trustee status, which is the highest level of trustee at Louisiana Transition Center for Women. She maintained this status from 2018 to 2022 when she was transferred to the Washington Parish work release. Officer, can we turn up the volume?
Yes, sir. Did you ask if we can turn up the volume?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it's as loud as it'll go on our end.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to repeat the last thing I said. She obtained the Orange Shirt trustee status, and she maintained that status from 2018 to 2022 when she was transferred to Washington Parish work release. According to the administration and staff at Louisiana Transition Center for Women, where she spent most of her time, she did not receive one disciplinary write-up from the time she arrived in 2013 to the time she left in 2022. Have you received any disciplinary write-ups in 13 years of experience?
No, sir.
Since I have a staff at Washington present, would you like to make any comment, remark, or observation about Ms. Massey?
Yes, sir. She's been with me in this program for about 7 months, and she has been excellent as an offender goes. She has done her job. She has been an inspiration inside of the dorm. She's held Bible studies. They go to her for prayer and just wisdom. She's been great in there, and I think she hasn't had any issues with me either. She's not been written up since she's been here, and her job is very impressed with her work as well.
Thank you so much. And your name, would you please give us your name for the record?
Sergeant Misty May. I'm the Women's Work Release Director.
Thank you, Officer. Ms. Massey has an excellent transition plan. She has secured employment with the Delta Biscuit Company in Monroe, Louisiana, and also a secondary employment with Old South Diner in West Monroe, Louisiana. She has secured a residency with Kingdom Recovery House with Ms. Chiquita Massey. And do you know exactly which job you're going to take, Ms. Massey?
If the law say the same, I would like to work both of them.
Okay, okay. And how long do you plan to stay with the Kingdom of Recovery?
Until she's able to help me find a place of my own. Cause I'm still gonna relocate to Monroe. I'm gonna stay in West Monroe.
So you're gonna relocate to West Monroe.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Ms. Massey has letters of recommendation from Ms. April Bauer, Program Director at Louisiana Transitional Center for Women. Ms. Vanessa State, Re-entry Facilitator, the same facility. She also has a letter from Ms. Chiquita Massey, who is the Director of the Kingdom Recovery House. And lastly, she has a letter of recommendation from Reverend Desiree Morgan, who's a cousin and also spiritual advisor. What is most impressive about Ms. Massey, we have over 35 letters and notes of thank you from our students that celebrate recovery classes, telling us what an inspiration and what kind of help Ms. Massey is giving them in their road back to recovery. Madam Chairman, I do have a recommendation, and I will share it with my fellow board members at the conclusion of this. Thank you, Ms. Massey.
Mr. O'Shea, Mr. Freeman has questions.
Ms. Massey, I see you have 4 children. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you still have contact with?
Yes, sir.
I have a good relationship.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I don't see any other questions. Have Sydney Houston joined us by Zoom. We'd like to hear from them at this time. Go ahead.
Hi, yes, I'm Sydney Houston. I am Chiquita Massey supervisor at Delta Biscuit Company. I just wanted to say she's honestly a treat to work with. She keeps everyone so motivated and happy. I come in regularly and just like I'm surprised by like the amount of joy that she has throughout her day. And I think it'd just be a real shame to keep something so inspirational and sweet and so well put together, just keep it away. It'd just be a shame. And that's all I really wanted to share.
Well, great. Thank you for sharing that. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be at the city. So she changed. I know that my mother changed. I need all my sisters. I'm asking that y'all please do a chance back in society. That's it. That's it.
All right. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. All right.
I'm asking that y'all please do a chance back in society. That's it. That's it.
All right.
So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne.
Ms. Massey, before I turn it over to Ms. Connor, is there a statement you'd like to make to us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I would like to first apologize to Carlos Jackson's family for the pain that I placed upon them. I would like to apologize to my children for the pain I placed upon them. And to tell society, I'm sorry.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ms. Connor?
I think she has one more speaker this morning.
Okay, it's not noted. All right. I believe we are prepared to vote. Mr. Roche will be voting first.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. Massey, I just want to make sure you can hear me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Massey, based upon excellent good time program, community service rendered your fellow offenders. I very often see offenders, and I got 35 offenders writing notes of thank you for service rendered to them. Excellent disciplinary conduct, positive remarks by the staff at Washington, positive remarks by the staff from Louisiana Transitional Center for Women, and just an overall excellent performance while incarcerated. My recommendation is to recommend to the governor to commute those sentences to 17 years with immediate parole eligibility.
Thank you, Mr. O'Shea. Mr. Marabella?
Ms. Massey, I agree with everything that Mr. Roche said. My vote would likewise be the same.
I totally agree with my colleagues. I think you've been excellent and appreciate all the work that you've done for the other inmates. So I should say.
Mrs. Jackson?
Ms. Massey, my vote is the same for the same reason.
And I agree with my colleague based on the work that you've done. My vote is this. So Ms. Massey, on your behalf, we'll make a recommendation to the governor that your sentence be commuted to 17 years in which again you can parole. You're like to you, ma'am. Thank you for your hard work. Washington, thanks for accommodating us. We're going to recess at 11:02. Thank y'all for coming today.
Thank you.
That's why I'm begging you, son. I'm broken. Please get in touch with Reverend Brown, your grandfather, your 18s, your sister, somebody, and turn yourself in. I need you. I cannot do this, son.
There you have it. They recommended to the governor to commute. The governor signed it, and she got out a good time just a month later. And now she has to go through this. Her son, who was there speaking on her behalf at her commutation hearing. Now one might wonder, how many years will it be until she can speak on his behalf at his parole hearing? He's facing 10 years alone for the aggravated escape charge, and the other charges about the essay and the DV. I know he claims he's sitting there holding the documents, the affidavit saying, I didn't do it, there's no victim. But for anyone who's been around the block long enough, who knows how law works, it don't work that way. You know how many parole revocation hearings we see here out of the state of Louisiana where someone gets locked up for doing the same thing to their girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, and how often they get up there and sign a petition saying it's not true. It happens all the time. It's a classic thing in DV cases, and they will prosecute without it. So anyone who's telling you on TikTok or otherwise, they don't know what they're talking about. But it's going to be a long time for him until he has a chance at parole, and that's assuming he gets out in one piece. His mother has a right to be fearful. He is in a tight spot, but my empathy does not lie with him. He seems to have no difference for anybody. He has now a sister that is locked up in jail. His girlfriend, the one who actually had initially accused him of the charge, it's my understanding it's the same person, is locked up for helping him. And people are going down left and right. Now, they say the person whose home he was in when he made that video, they say that it was a relative who wasn't there, who did not know he was in the house, and that it was actually a relative that called the police and said, I recognize the picture in the background. I know where he's at. The police went and raided that house, and he was no longer there. I was thinking, though, imagine if he had done that call when whoever let him in was asleep, because he was whispering. And I thought, wow, he's just, and I don't know what it is that's going on in his mind. the idea that he's already trying to frame it like he was let out of jail, asking Donald Trump and Lil Wayne for help. It's pretty crazy. But what I gotta tell you, what's also crazy is that when they all first escaped, they had betting going on. Who would be the first to be caught? Who would be the last? And I never bet on Mr. Tattoo Face. I mean, it's not like he has any way of escape, unless, of course, he found some way to, use makeup, make it go away, and then it could, in theory, be a really great escape because everybody's looking for Mr. Tattoo Face. But here he is, his second escape. He actually just broke his record today for being escaped longer than his first one. So he is definitely better at it than the rest. Maybe it's because of his practice. If you want to see more about the jail escape, there's a playlist for it below. And I also want to give a thank you to Trina, who is a Mandalorian subscriber for a long time, who actually called out that this case exists. And then I used Sir Richard and Lady Holly's spreadsheet to pull it up for y'all. But there it is. And I think that that's it for now. So with that, I'll let you go.
My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me.